Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. I've got a fantastic replay for you here today, brought to you by OxyClean, who's from the North American server, and his friend Psychalth. Now OxyClean is playing in the Charioteer and his buddy Psychalth is playing in the AMX CDC, that very fast, very lightly armoured French premium medium tank. But let's focus on what OxyClean is playing in. And that is the Charioteer. This is the Tier 8 turreted British tank destroyer. It gets pretty much the same gun that's on the Centurion 7-1, which, as you know, is a monstrous gun to have on a Tier 9 medium tank. So take it, put it on a Tier 8 tank destroyer, give it a much better DPM. I think this thing fires 20% faster than the 5 rounds rate of fire, as when this 105mm is mounted on the Tier 9 medium tank. And you get an absolute beast of a Tier 8 tank destroyer. I love this machine. And OxyClean is going to have a far better game than I've ever been able to have so far playing in my Charioteer. So he connects his first shot into the VK4502A and a follow-up into the ISU-152. He holds his aim, the ISU-152 disappears. That doesn't mean for OxyClean, as he wipes up the Tier 8 Soviet tank destroyer. Now he's in a pretty nice matchup here. We can see that OxyClean is using binoculars, which is a very important thing to use on the Charioteer because its view range is unremarkable without them. I guess there could be a setup to use optics, but I feel like you're doing it wrong unless you're using binoculars on the Charioteer. He spots a Panther II, a Tier 8 German medium tank. The 268, I believe, yes, 268mm of penetration go through the Panther II's turret like butter. That is the speciality of this 105mm. And the fact that you've got a turret on this tank means that using binoculars is so much easier because you can keep them set up. You don't have to turn your tracks. You only have to turn your turret to re-engage your opponents. As he takes the Panther down. And of course, as you guys know, moving your tank backwards and forwards and turning your tracks to the side means that your binoculars deactivate and you'll have very poor view range, at least for a while, until you reactivate them. By having the turret, you can keep your binoculars activated the whole time, and it also means that you get stationary camo bonus. If you do not know what I'm talking about, basically, there are 3 different camo rating values on different tanks. As OxyClean gets spotted, he has to pull back quickly. This is a lightly armored tank, and you can't afford to get shot in it. You have camo rating while stationary, i.e. being completely still, stationary while moving, and stationary while firing. And so that means that if you can just simply turn your turret rather than your hull, and you can have better camo rating than the other tank destroyers. Now, if you're wondering why OxyClean just hit 490 on the side of an E75 there, that's because he is using HESH rounds. You can see the trajectory of the shell is a little different. They dip towards the target, and they hit hard. They might not have quite as much penetration. They've got 210mm for the premium HESH on this tank, but they hit for 480 on average and will cause significant module damage if they penetrate the enemy tank, and sometimes even if they don't. The fact that he was able to put those shots into the side there really show that OxyClean knows what he's doing with the HESH ammunition. He wants to maximize his damage, and he's willing to front up the extra credit cost to do so. Now, quite often, HESH at an E75, you'd be saying, oh, you're crazy. He obviously knew that he had the flat broadside of the E75 there. And its armor may be thick, but it's incapable of stopping 210mm when completely flat. The IS-3 appears in the way of the Tiger, saving him from 390 damage. OxyClean readies up his second shot. He decides to focus down the Tiger, taking him out the game. And thankfully, he's still not spotted. The view range of this IS-3 must be very poor, and OxyClean's camouflage rating must be very high. He puts another shot in, but he's not tunnel visioning. He's ignoring the IS-3 and focusing on what's important, and that is saving this T-95 below him. He finishes off the the E75 that was flanking the T95, but he's still not safe yet. There's a Bulldog unloading into the back of that Tier 9 American tank destroyer. OxyClean takes off nearly half the health of the M41 and loads another HESH shell. Can he take him out in 2 shots? Oh no, only 453 out of 480. The Walker Bulldog survives. Another HESH shell loaded here. How is OxyClean going to use it? Penetrates the side of the IS, 461 damage, bringing up OxyClean's damage total to over 5,000 in 5 minutes of this game. Another shot right through the IS there. He's low health, and OxyClean has managed to save his T95 buddy here and kept him in. The T95 has been tanking for the Charioteer, and that's what you want to do when you're lightly armored, high damage Tier 8 tank destroyers. You want people to distract the enemy for you. It's a mutual benefit relationship there. If OxyClean hadn't been in position, there's no doubt that the E75 would have ripped apart the T95 very quickly on his team. OxyClean prevented that from happening, and the T95 basically fed him, I'd say, about 2,000 damage. He is already on a Top Gun, now he has to deal with a Jagdtiger in the side. He penetrates his first APCR shell and loads one more of those devastating 210mm penetration HESH shells. It flies true, doing 512 to the side of the Jagdtiger. The Jagdtiger still hasn't spotted OxyClean as he's about 500 meters away outside the 445 spotting range. OxyClean penetrates a second shell there, doing 405 damage, and now misses the Tortoise. He's got to be careful here. He's been kicking so much butt, having done 7,000 damage in this 7-minute game so far. He only has 4 rounds left. Charioteers are not designed to have to do 7,000 damage. And his ammunition is running out. However, he's still got his good buddy Psychouth on his side. How are they going to take out the 4 opponents on the enemy team, including that Tier 9 Tortoise that has 2,000 health, with their ammunition loadout? Looks like they're communicating very well here. Psychouth goes up onto this ridgeline. It looks like OxyClean is going to use these bushes to remain hidden and to spot his opponents. He pulls back, looks for a shot on the M41 Walker Bulldog, but Psychouth shuts him down without having taken any damage. Great result there. These 2 absolute stars of this battle have now got 10 kills between them. And finally, combat dies down. I get a momentary lapse to regain my focus on what's going on here. But oh wait, the Tortoise trundles his way up the slope on full health momentarily as Psychouth jams in a shot into the side of the Tortoise. What is happening here is OxyClean obviously doesn't want to get spotted by that Tier 9 British tank destroyer, that if it's using the 120mm will take him out very, very quickly indeed. He also has to be afraid of the Tier 7 French tank destroyer in an undisclosed location, but the T69 now appears. He's to the northeast, and so OxyClean tries to spot the Tortoise again to see what he's doing. He doesn't get spotted, but he manages to spot the Tortoise himself, and now he can make an outplay. He allows Psychouth to get another shot into the side of the Tortoise. What's he going to do? Remember, the Tortoise doesn't have a turret. The Tortoise is not very mobile. Those are 2 fantastic things about the Charioteer that will allow him to outplay this Tortoise if he can get around him. And he does! Oh no, he misses one of his 4 remaining shells! Is that going to be disastrous for this game? We'll have to find out. Now he has the side of the Tortoise, and there's simply nothing that he can do. He sets him on fire! Absolute RNG! The luck of the gods shines down upon him, and 400 damage turns in to 2,071 damage. He even absorbs a shell there from the AMX AC-46 on the enemy team, who has got 4 kills. Oh my word, he didn't absorb that one though, taking off about a third of his hit points. So he's now up to 7 kills, 8,300 damage, and he has 2 shots remaining. I cannot believe the luck of that fire. Maybe the Tortoise was already set on fire, or maybe he just doesn't believe in using a fire extinguisher in the gigantic health pool of the Tortoise. So Sycouth is now going to be the scout. These two are clearly in good communication with each other. Sycouth will know how many rounds OxyClean has remaining. Make it count. Make it count. Right into the side of the 46. He has one shell remaining in this game. One HESH shell. Can he make it work? He doesn't fire it. He's going to save it. That was a guaranteed Radley Walters there, but OxyClean does not care about the Radley Walters. He cares about winning this game. Him and Sycouth now have 12 kills between them. They could die right now and still get a crucial contribution medal. That's not their plan. They've got to deal with a T69. Now, if OxyClean had lots of rounds left, Sycouth could simply probably poke up on that slope and they wait for the T69 to come out into the open and then they punish him. Because OxyClean only has one of those HESH shells remaining, giving him on average 480 damage. They have to play it a lot more carefully. They have to be intelligent here. And how are they going to deal with the situation? Sycouth pings the F8 and F9 area. He's obviously... Sorry, no, OxyClean pings the area. He pinged here. You didn't see that come up on the map. He's instructing Sycouth to go up there. I guess back to the original spotting location that he was in when he was shooting the tortoise in the side. They've still got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. But they're going to have to make a move here. As far as I'm aware, the T69 is on full health. And the T69 is a very, very, very dangerous tank to be engaging in a Charioteer. It can kill you in about 8 seconds when you're on this amount of hit points with its 4-round 90mm autoloader. Sycouth as well is in a situation where if the T69 hits him with all 4 of the shells, then he will be taken out as well. So they have to stick together here. They're advancing from different flanks at the same time. Where is the T69? This is very tense. 8,800 damage on OxyClean here, the highest damage game I've ever seen in a Charioteer. The T69 reveals himself. OxyClean has been spotted. He's trying to get the attention of the T69 to allow Sycouth into position. He takes his shot, 434. He is now out of ammunition, so he rushes forwards. Will the T69 kill Sycouth? He's fired 2, I believe. Is he reloading? Oh my word. Get in between him! The T69 is reloading. It's very awkward. He's trying to block shots. Sycouth, when is he going to finish reloading? He misses! Sycouth misses his shot! He's got 232 hit points. Will the Sycouth manage to kill him? He's got 14 hit points remaining. He gets rammed for 12. He's got 2 hit points as he takes out Sycouth. Oh my word! Oh gosh. OxyClean got tracked. He repairs his track. He's got no ammo. The T69 is reloading. He's got 2 hit points remaining. For some reason, the T69 decides to ram OxyClean, but he doesn't even do 2 damage to him. He tries to get him in the side. No damage again for the second ram. Oh my word, this is an absolute heartbreak. Oh no, run away. Oh, fire.
Bail out, this vehicle has had it.
Oh my gosh, that might be the biggest heartbreak I have ever seen in World of Tanks. The T69 driver must have been thanking his lucky stars at the end of that game to be able to come through that 1 versus 2 alive. He played it really badly, but a series of fortunate events for him meant that he came out with the victory. I have no idea why the T69, with 2 hit points remaining, would try and ram a Charioteer. That could have been... It could have changed the outcome of the game completely. It was through blind luck that he managed to escape death from that ram, and my heart goes out to OxyClean for absolute heartbreak of an ending. Nevertheless, OxyClean, as your tank goes up in flames at the end of this battle, I must say thank you so much for sending me this replay, and congratulations on one of the most epic games I have seen in a Charioteer, irrelevant of whether you won or lost. I think you played near flawlessly in this game, and it's just a shame that Sycouth missed that last shot at the end, which probably cost him and you the game. I think a way to be able to win this, considering that you were out of ammunition, would to have Sarkouth basically kiting around one of the buildings, maybe force the TC9 to shoot you and allow him to engage, and you should have sacrificed your tank. I know you tried to, but the communication with Sarkouth just wasn't there at the end. This was irrelevant though, this was an absolutely fantastic game, and let's just take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So an absolutely gigantic result here for OxyClean. He got the Top Gun, the Confederate, a high caliber, a crucial contribution for destroying 12 opponents in total with his platoon mate, as well as a tank sniper medal for doing a huge amount of damage from very long ranges, as the Charioteer is meant to. This was an absolutely insane 9,836 damage done and 7 kills in a tier 8 tank destroyer. With 2,162 base experience for a defeat, I just simply can't believe it. Sarkouth had a very impressive game within his own right as well, 3,700 damage, 5 kills, and that's probably an ace tanker, nearly 1,400 base experience for a defeat. So OxyClean, thank you so much for submitting this on the replay website. I will be giving this a massive thumbs up. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video too. If you did, please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this replay and what you think about the tier 8 British turreted tank destroyer, the Charioteer. Personally, I think it's a fantastic tier 8 tank. I thoroughly enjoy playing in it. I pretty much play around in it every live stream. For me personally, it's the combination of speed, the mobility, and the flexibility with the turret, and having a fantastic 105mm. It's really the whole package. It's just a shame about a little bit of the flexibility with the gun depression and the underwhelming armor and health pool that do drag this down. Nevertheless, as always guys, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.